even though it was a very volatile day, they did manage to gain at the end of the day.
Yes, they managed to gain, get this, 40%, Sherry. You talked about them almost doubling. 94% was the high, hitting exactly $300. I'm not sure if there's anything to read there, but no change, $300 a share. And then just 45 minutes later, it actually lost all of that and went negative. Hop into the Bloomberg terminal, and I can show you exactly this roller coaster ride of the highs and the lows. Here we are. $300 a share, as I just mentioned, and then really in 45 minutes falling by 50% just today. And then look at that, just within the last 45 minutes of the U.S. Market session, rising again 40% to close at $217.75. Now, Sherry, in between these, 2.5 hours here, there were actually 4 trading halts, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. And of course, this is because of all the volatility that we were seeing here. A couple analysts were saying that this left a sea of bodies, both on the long side of things and on the short side. No one was really spared, depending on where you got in. Citron Research was saying in a tweet that they're calling the stock surge, quote, beyond comprehension. And you can see really why they're calling it that. Now, why the crazy ride here? Well, with Tilray CEO Brendan Kennedy, he said that one day Tilray could actually be among one of the few players in the industry that could actually have a market cap of about $100 billion. That got a lot of people really stoked there. And of course, that's when we saw the pop. And this also comes off of what happened just 24 hours from now. The DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, said that they would allow Tilray to import marijuana for medicinal research. So we saw 30% in terms of a gain just 24 hours ago there. And then Tilray, ever since it went IPO in this past July, Sherry, it's actually rocketed really by about 1,000%. Hop back into Bloomberg, because that 1,000% really conjures up echoes, some maybe nightmares, I suppose, if you want to talk about it, with regards to blockchain. Because Tilray, we can see, is up by more than 1,000% ever since it went IPO here in July. But you remember what happened with Long blockchain and Riot blockchain, Heidi? We saw those pops in late 2017. Ever since, a year from now, a year ago, they're actually negative by about 50%, 94% respectively. So a lot of people are wondering if this is the whole tulip mania, the whole blockchain mania. Heidi, have we been here before?
Yeah, it's not. There are a few other assets who could make blockchain look, stayed right in its trajectory. The surge in Tilray has made a little-known private equity fund much more well-known now. We're talking about an outfit called Privateer Holdings.
Yeah, Privateer, based in Seattle. Not many people know about it, at least not until the past few days, few weeks or so. That's because 7 years ago, it really put all of its money, all of its focus into marijuana and the possible growth in the industry. And what's interesting about this is that it's backed by none other than Peter Thiel. Now, Peter Thiel did put his money in here, and in terms of the returns, we're talking about billions of dollars that possibly have just happened in the past trading day, possibly for him as well as the 3 founders. Those founders, Brendan Kennedy, Michael Blue, and Christian Grow, they have a little bit under 50% ownership as of March 31st in the prospectus there. But at the height of what was happening here, they could have come up with about $8 billion. And so if you spread that across the 3 of them, it may have made them billionaires over the course of the past several hours, at one point coming in as much as $2.6 billion.